Yeah, so let's talk about, we started talking about all this sexual stuff going on. There's a lot of, Kevin Spacey now apparently is gay. He just became gay at this age. And I'm thinking about it.
Coming out?
Well, I'm not coming out because I'm not gay, but it was a pretty handy excuse for committing pedophilia. I think a lot of gay people are like, hey, dude, how about you come out when things are going well?
Yeah.
Don't come out and then suddenly go like, well, I did it because I'm gay and gay people are deviants.
Yeah. I mean, we've known for a while that he's gay.
I
though.
saw him on a rooftop with a bellboy one time at a fancy hotel in Beverly Hills. I never said it publicly because I respected that he was in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy was young. He was like, I'm not saying underage, but he was like 20.
Yeah.
And, he was old at this point.
Can I say two things on this topic?
Yeah.
About Spacey? First thing, what the fuck is a 14-year-old kid doing at a 24-year-old's party in Manhattan and then says, oh, the party was so, I didn't have anything in common with anybody, so I went in the bedroom and watched TV, and then all of a sudden nobody was there. I was the last one there.
Yeah.
First of all, where are your fucking parents? Get the fuck home.
Right.
And if it is that, oh, well, because let's be honest, first of all, I do not think whatever happened that night, I agree with Kevin Spacey. By no means. But if you've ever been in the theater or a band or a musical group, there are like blurred lines of like age. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying a 14-year-old should be like taken advantage of by any means.
Right.
But I just want to know, like, hey, if you're doing a Broadway play and your parents are okay with you, he was probably living in the city by himself, right? I mean, who was he living with?
Right.
Who? No one had a clock on you and said, "Hey, you shouldn't be out."
I had a cock on him almost.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's
anyway,
crazy.
there's a lot
it's
I have
like
wrong with it.
You look at if you let your daughter model and you're not by her side at every fucking photo shoot.
No shit.
You're crazy. How do you think that happened with Roman Polanski? That kind of shit happens all the time.
All the time.
14-year-old girls are not. They're very susceptible to authority figures. And I'm surprised that this guy got out, because usually when you respect an older guy like that, you kind of go along with it a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and it is weird that he waited all these years. It's like this whole Me Too, the hashtag Me Too. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Women are hashtagging Me Too if they were sexually harassed.
Gotcha.
And it's been very empowering for women, and I'm sure that it's been positive on a lot of counts. But it's also a little bit, I don't know, when you're looking at 30 years ago that something happened, and now you're bringing it up, and it just seems to me like, you should have done it back when it happened, or at least when you were 21 or 25, when you became an adult. You should have done something about it, and you could have stopped because the only reason to do it is to think this guy's a predator. And you want people to know about it so it doesn't happen to anybody else.
Right.
So if you believe that, then don't you have a responsibility to speak up sooner than 30 years later?
Are you talking about the Kevin Spacey incident?
Yeah.
Okay. Because as far as like the women in the Harvey Weinstein stuff,
Yeah.
I don't care. To me, there's no statute of limitation, and I don't know what it's like to be a woman in this world because I'm not one. But I know that if I was trying to make it in a business and you were the one to blow the whistle on someone, I mean, dude, I can't even imagine what doors might get shut in your face if you tried something like that.
No, it's true.
But as far as this dude is concerned, I mean, do I think Kevin Spacey is a predator? I have no idea.
Right.
I mean, we'll see if a bunch of other cases come out. But again, my whole thing is, if I had a 14-year-old daughter and was like, yeah, you can go to this straight 24-year-old's party in Manhattan till midnight and you can be the last one there. What the fuck are we talking about here?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Is it that because in the gay community there is like, I mean, dude, you ever known a gay dude who's dating a guy 30 years older than him?
Sure.
I'm not saying it's
Happens
okay.
a lot.
All the time, bro. I'm not saying that's okay for a 14-year-old or rather a 24-year-old to prey on a 14-year-old. But again, it's not like, I mean, maybe I haven't heard the whole story, but it's not like he was saying like, he would come by and see me all the time on Broadway. He would tell me
Yeah.
to come here throughout the night of the party. He was like telling me, "Oh, why don't you get comfortable if you need to go in my room?" He didn't say any. I'm not saying it's okay.
Yeah.
But the kid doesn't make it sound like he said, "I didn't have anything in common with anyone, so I went in this bedroom."
Well, do you think because like you were saying about the entertainment industry or Broadway, just in general entertainment, the lines are blurry. Do you think that this kind of sexual harassment takes place, say, in a regular office workplace or the hotel industry or
maybe the hotel industry or maybe restaurants? Because you're family. But look at the fucking Brady Bunch. Didn't like Greg Brady used to hook up with the mom all the time?
Florence Henderson?
That was once you're getting into like your coworkers. Do you know what I mean? Your coworkers, and they're all making the same amount of money. If you're a kid who's in a Broadway play and you're a lead, you're crushing it. You know what I mean? It's like this. I mean, I don't agree with anything of any capacity of someone making sexual advancements towards a minor at all.
Right.
I'm just saying, why was anyone allowing their child to be there? You know what I mean? And maybe I'm guessing if you were acting in a Broadway play, either your parents don't live in Manhattan and you're living like with a friend or a family member, you know what I mean? And they're like, "Go get your dreams, honey."
Yeah.
Or they saw you as the ticket out of whatever shitty life they're in.
Yeah.
Because that shit happens all the time.
Right.
Honey Boo Boo, shit like that, whoever these parents are.
Oh, believe me, I fooled around with Michael Ian Black when I was doing Best Week Ever, and it was just pure star power.
You know what I mean?
It was like
he didn't know what to do.
when he looks at you with that unibrow and he holds your hand
It's just gorgeous, right?
and he talks that silly talk that he does.
Can't even imagine.
I was on the balls, everything.
You know what I mean? Best Week Ever, what a huge show.
Hey, look.
It broke a lot of people, man.
Let me crawl to the middle. It was an infomercial for you as a comedian because you did little jokes and they had your name written underneath.
Yeah.
And it was like the kind of thing where people recognized you from it and they definitely came out to the clubs. Some people popped more than others. I think for Michael Ian Black, it was really good. I think for Paul Scheer, it was really good. Lonnie Love.
Pete Holmes.
Oh, was Pete Holmes on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It helped me, but not like those guys.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're doing great, dude.
Thanks, man.
I mean, look at this office.
Look at this office.
Woo.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
The concierge when I came in.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, the girls don't show up. If you stick around, the girls should be here by the end of the podcast.
That's great.
Yeah.
So wait, where do you stand on this whole thing about Spacey? I mean, or like, am I out of line in what I'm saying here?
No, I think you make a good point, which is that underage, minors in this business need to be accompanied by a parent or a guardian at all times, and they shouldn't be in a place that's serving alcohol, and they certainly should be, at the very least, given the awareness that they shouldn't be the last one at a party, at an adult party in a bed. I mean, there's a lot of red flags, but at the same time,
I can't.
I think the issue to me that comes out the most is don't fucking come out of the closet now, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Don't drag the gay community into you.
I still don't understand why he did. It doesn't
because
make
he
any
thinks
sense.
it's going to buy him some sympathy. Because if you come out of the closet, that can be seen as heroic.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to distract a little bit from how old the guy was by just saying, okay, you know what? I've suffered. I've been gay. And so I've acted inappropriately because I was sitting on a giant secret and that probably affected my decision making. It's like, well, yeah, but bring up talk about your homosexuality later.
Yeah.
Because when you're 14,
Address
you're
the
14.
issue.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
that's
what
right.
sex you are.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all. If that was a girl, I mean, think about if it was a girl, what the outrage would be.
If he had been 18, it'd be okay, or 17. But he was 24. Because isn't that weird? Like, when
Yeah.
I was 14, when I was 16, I guess I was sexually active. But that's weird because I was with 16 and 15-year-old. I was with a 15-year-old girl,
Yeah.
And
When I was 18, my girlfriend was 17.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But think about it, a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, it's still weird that I was fucking around with a 15-year-old girl.
But you were
But
16.
I was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's just...
I do a joke about, like, sometimes I still jerk off to girls from high school, but I think it's okay because I'm grandfathered in because I used to jerk off to them before.
Totally, yeah. I mean, I just think the whole thing with him is just like by no means is that ever right. And I feel like the whole, like you're saying, Me Too or everyone jumping on, it's bringing awareness, which is fantastic. I think that's great. My thing with this is like, I'm just looking at the bigger, like, what the fuck? Why? Who? I'm not saying that his parents are at fault because Kevin Spacey did this thing. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, why is that even? Maybe because I'm a parent and I'm thinking about my kids. I'm like, I would never let my fucking kid even be in a position to have anything like that to happen to him. You'd hope.
When you were 14, would you have fooled around with a 24-year-old woman?
I don't think I'd be confident enough. I'd be scared.
16?
Yeah.